Hey there, fellow golf lovers, and welcome back to another episode of Tee Up with Kira. I'm your host, Miss Kira P. Today we have a fascinating topic for you, so grab your clubs, settle into your favorite chair, and let's tee off into the episode. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Tee Up with Kira. I have a lovely guest from Georgia, the great state of peaches. We got Rashmi Hudson here with us from Alltimate Luggage, right? Is that right, Rashmi?
Yes, it is.
So how are you today?
I am fantastic. Happy belated Father's Day to all the fathers out there. We celebrated this weekend, and so I'm very happy to have spent time with my family.
Awesome. So my question is, what is Alltimate Luggage? How did you come up with the process? How did this all come about? And what's the story behind it?
Oh my gosh, that is such a fantastic question. So our son, who is our oldest child, was going off to college. And in the SEC, everybody dresses up for football games, and parents' weekends are wrapped around football games. On top of that, all the hotels, it doesn't matter if it's a 1-star or a 5-star hotel, all the rates are doubled and you have a 2-night minimum. So I found myself in the lobby carrying clothes that I didn't want everybody else to see, but there's not a way to carry hanged items. The old fashioned garment bags were just too cumbersome, too heavy, and you really smush your clothes by the time you put your clothes in the old fashioned garment bags. And I thought about, okay, my son's going to be a doctor one day and he's going to go off to interviews. How am I going to send this kid off at that time? While he knows how to use an iron, I would never trust a hotel iron because, that's not a part that's really serviced. And the first thing people do is they iron the front of their clothes, and that's where the burn marks always happen. And so that's when the journey.
I know that for a fact. That has happened to me.
I imagine out there it has happened to a lot of people. And in fact, there are occasions when you want to use your steamer, but then, if you're not careful, you burn your fingers as well. And so, just starting with that, I started out with a garment bag idea. I grew up sewing. And so I figured, okay, I'll sew a sample and see how it works. But it wasn't enough. Once you have a garment bag, how do you carry that garment bag? How you can't put them in airlines. You pretty much end up holding it in your lap anyway. And so that doesn't work, or you end up smushing it on top of overhead bins, and that doesn't work. You defeat the purpose of why you have it. And so I started my journey there, and I thought about, okay, my son was the one who said, well, Mom, the way I pack is for, some of my t-shirts and other active wear, I roll it. And I thought, oh, genius, that's what I'll do. What if I just roll the garment bag around the outside of the duffel? Then my clothes would stay wrinkle free, and I would have a way to carry everything else. And it becomes a piece of luggage at that point. And that's where my journey started.
Awesome. And then I heard that you went through the patent process. So what is the patent process like? What is it from the beginning to the middle to the end? Because most people don't know that patent process.
Patenting is sounds like a really cool idea. And invention is a real cool idea, but the business of doing business becomes a little bit more cumbersome and tedious. And the patent process is exactly that. Not only is it tedious, it is expensive as well. It takes a lot of photos and explanation to an attorney who has to turn around and figure out how they can explain the concept in writing with a lot of legalese, might I add. It's a lot of legalese and drawings that will show the patent office, the USPTO, exactly what is the functionality. And then there are different kinds of patents. A design patent is good for 2 years, and it's if I just wanted to, patent this shirt, particular collar or something. But what I wanted was a utility patent, and a utility patent is something that says, hey, there's nothing else that functions like this, and it's good for 20 years from the day that you file your patent. So it took about 5 years in the process. It's 18 months at least before the USPTO looks at it. and then is going back and forth handling any objections, much like sales. They might have objections about, well, is this similar to this? Is this similar to that? But within the luggage industry, there wasn't anything like it. And that's what I had to explain to them, because while this is my specialty, it's not their specialty. So you just have to be patient through that process.
And then also I heard that you started the whole process of getting it done during the pandemic, during when people weren't traveling. So what was that like, trying to create and design the luggage when people weren't traveling?
It was crazy. I was pulling out my hair. I started the patent process, and the design process was before then, but I launched in the middle of the pandemic because that's when the inventory came in. I had already ordered it and it was here, and I launched it November 4th. And, people had faith in me and they placed orders, but my luggage was at the Savannah port. It was imported and it was there before Christmas. I could have shipped it out and met Christmas deadlines. But because of COVID, the customs agents weren't all staffed. And so my luggage came in about 2 weeks later. I quickly designed and issued gift certificates that were wrapped and put underneath the Christmas tree for people. And then they got their luggage when they did. I had one or two group sales who said, oh gosh, can't do it. We really do need it for Christmas. But, others were very understanding, and I'm so thankful for that. So thankful.
That is so cool. And then you just went to your first PGA show in January. What was that like? What was the planning process as a new exhibitor? Were you overwhelmed? What was the feedback from the people at the PGA show?
Oh, Kira, I know some of your the audience has gone through this. I mean, most of your audience probably has gone through this, but it was exciting. It was expensive. It was nerve-wracking. It was, what exactly do I do? I had tried for some time to get in with the Inventor Spotlight, during the year, but my emails weren't quickly responded to enough for me to get the information until it got closer to that timeline. And so when I did finally get into being allowed to do it, the Inventor Spotlight is quite a rigorous questionnaire to fill out. They want to make sure that you truly have something new. And it's not enough just to say, hey, this is patented. You have to show how is it different from the competition, how will it serve the golf community? And I was able to do that. And I was very thankful to be invited. And then it was the process of, okay, now I have a booth. What do I do with the booth? How do I want to design the booth, man the booth? What are my, what do I want to do? It was also important for me to be in the new product zone. And so it was a great thing for us in the new product zone. We ended up being the first one listed, but we were one of the top non-golf luggage pieces that were touted on, like, in the show daily, right? So that was really, really exciting. The competition was fun because there was such a great audience. This was a great PGA turnout coming out of COVID. So the audience was full in the new product zone and in the Inventor Spotlight competition area. And so you had a lot of people around you that were interested. You had judges up on stage who wanted to hear what you had to say. I think they did a fantastic job. And as I heard from the gentleman who host the Inventor Spotlight competition, that I was this close to winning one of the top prizes. And I was just excited to walk away with that because the top prizes were all golf. They were all golf related. What I bring to the table is a way to enjoy that golf game. For the golfers, competition is going to a different golf course, right? And if you want to go to the nicer golf courses, there's also dress code. There's multiple events. If you're doing a member guest, you have to dress the part. And so this makes the perfect sense to be part of the PGA and part of the golf world. And they're just the nicest people ever. The golf industry is just amazing.
I totally agree. And so my other question for you is, being an entrepreneur, what are some of the highlights going through learning and creating the business, what are some of the highs and lows of an entrepreneur, along with advice to give young women or women and men? I mean, who
Yes.
knows what is your advice that you would give somebody that's interested in starting their own business, golf related or not golf related? What would be that advice?
You know what? The number one advice is don't give up. When you're going to have in your own circle of friends and family and others who may not believe in your idea, but it's because they don't know everything that you know about it. And so you've spent a lot of time thinking through what your idea is going to be, whether it's an invention or whether it's opening up a shop or anything. You've envisioned this. This is your vision. It's your baby, and nobody knows it better than you. So if somebody doesn't, if they're a naysayer, or if there's somebody that says, you've got plenty of competition. But the thing is, there's always room for a great company, for a great customer service experience, for a great product that delivers on its promise. And so I think you just have to know that. For somebody in my age category, maybe somebody who may not be as familiar with social media, just know that you can hire the experts to do what you need done. And you can take time to learn it, because the way I look at it, and I've always been this way, is I may not know everything about what the software is or what it can do, but I know enough to ask the questions. And so just learn enough so that you know what you're getting yourself into. That is my number one advice. Don't give up, and educate yourself into the process. It takes time. There are a lot of people who say, I don't like having a boss. I just want to be out there on my own. I have to tell you, if you have a boss, you're probably working a 40-hour job, 40 hours a week job. When you're on your own, you're working 40 hours in a day. I went from
Exactly.
I mean, how much time do you spend on your job for real, doing what you do? You tell me about that.
I mean, I probably over 12 hours a day, most days. I mean, weekends don't exist. I mean, you're constant. I mean, yesterday I was doing work stuff, and I mean, that's just how it is. I mean, I applaud everybody that wants to be an entrepreneur, but I don't think they realize the labor of love that you have and the dedication that you have to have.
You have. Now, here's where I draw the difference too, Kira, and I think you'll agree with me. You just said it. Because it's a labor of love, it doesn't feel like work. And so, it should never feel like work. When something feels like work, then it's either time for a new perspective or time for a new position. Put yourself into something. I mean, this is exciting. Right now, I'm doing a site review for a future promotional idea, and it's fun. Everything I look at, everything I do, I have a new filter now, and the filter is entrepreneur. The filter is, well, how does Alltimate Luggage fit into this lifestyle? Or, oh, you know what? They need one. They just don't know it. And so as soon as they see what the product does and then they don't have it, they'll know, oh my gosh, it'll be like a V8 moment. Oh my gosh, I wish I had an Ultimate, and then they'll, go look for it. But it's just, you have to be patient. You have to be patient. I'm going to be the tortoise in the race. I'm not the hare. I'm going to be the tortoise in the race.
So my other question is, does Alltimate Luggage have a mission statement? And if they do, what is the mission statement?
I'm glad you asked that. So my mission statement really is to provide a quality travel experience by providing packing solutions and travel solutions. And I want to give back. It's important to me to give back into our communities. And for some of us, our communities are small, and some of us, our communities are worldwide. And so the first place where my mission statement starts is sustainability. I mentioned this at my age. This is not a political statement. This is just a lifestyle statement that I choose, and that is to be sustainable. And so I am a huge recycler. I would compost, except for compost bins just stink. I'm a vegetarian, so I could compost. I could compost a lot of stuff. So I need to find a neighbor or a friend who composts and just take my stuff to them. But sustainability is important. And so I wanted a product that was made with high quality. And that's all I plan to offer as a lifestyle brand, is a high quality product that won't end up, easily broken, that would lead to a bad travel experience, and easily broken where, it ends up in a pile somewhere, because plastic has a half-life of anywhere from 20 to 500 years. And you know what? I don't want one of those pieces of luggage. I don't want mine to be one of those pieces of luggage that ends up taking 500 years to decompose. We don't need to do that. And so that's a personal mission statement for me. And then when we do get to a point of being able to give back in a larger scale, I have plans for that. What I do right now for giving back is when we have golf fundraisers, I contribute towards those fundraisers. And so with it being in a new type of industry, I have to be inventive. This is the entrepreneur part. I have to be inventive in how I give back. And so I'm happy to do it. We just did it with 2 different golf tournaments, one in the Northeast and one in the Midwest.
That is so cool. And then, so my other question I have for you is, Rashmi, do you golf?
Rashmi tried golf a long time. I did. When I got married, and it'll be 37 years this August. When I got married, my husband was golfing. I mean, we had both graduated from college, and golf is still now, and was back then, the choice for business. And I also wanted to do it to spend more time with my husband. And the first time that, I think the term is shank, I'm not sure. No, it's probably not. That's not the term. My club hit the ground and sent pain up my shoulder. I realized, you know what? Maybe this isn't so much for me. So I'm a pickleballer and a tennis player, but I enjoy watching the game live. I enjoy the people who work in the golf industry, Kira. Everybody is a gentleman and a gentle lady, and they're so helpful. And so I am just enjoying that. And I enjoy all the green space around a golf course. It soothes my mind. And so I love the sport. I just am not good at it. But I know you are. I know you are.
It's totally okay. I was gonna say, if that's the case for you, what is the advice that you would give to a person interested in trying something new? I mean, it could be golf, it could be pickleball, it could be tennis. What is your advice that you would give to somebody that's interested in trying something new? I mean, everybody has those nerves and they think they're going to be great, but maybe, like you said, you like golf, but it's not for you. You do other sports.
I do. And so, I even tennis, I grew up in a traditional Indian household. And so sports were not a thing for the girls. Actually, education was the number one thing, and that was it. And so I did not even start playing tennis until I was maybe 38 years old. Okay. My daughter, our second child, had grown up enough so that I wouldn't feel bad about leaving her at home. I already worked a full-time job. I had a corporate career, and I was an officer with a company. And so I worked more than 40 hours a week, clearly, and I wanted to spend time with the family. So when I made the decision to learn golf, I took some lessons. My husband was really sweet, and he said, I'm going to give you a couple lessons and then you have to try. And that has stood true through time. So I would say, take some lessons, because that will help get the fear out. And you have to open your mind. You can't go out there thinking, oh, I'll never be able to do it. And you can't say, oh, what if this and what if that? We can what if things to death. I mean, if it were what if, then I would never invent something. If it were what if, we'd never go to work, we'd never drive, we'd never do anything. But I think if you have a can-do attitude, and just listen to your coaches, they know what they're talking about. And so maybe I should give golf another try. I can putt. So, and I can if I'm in a sand trap, I don't mind hitting the sand to get the golf ball out. I can do that. It's just the initial drive that I need to work on. So Kira, maybe I could do some of that with you. But
I would love to.
yeah, and then I will. You and I can play tennis, and you and I can play pickleball too. And I will tell you what's fun about any sport, golf, tennis, whatever. You're going to meet friends wherever you go. We have traveled, and I have carried my tennis racket in my day pack of the Ultimate, and I go to wherever, and I can go play in a tournament. I'm in the intermediate to advanced player, so I can play up and down and feel comfortable and know that my partner doesn't think I stink. And I know what to do. And it's because, I listen to my coaches. But pickleball, I'm telling you, Kira, it is the most fun, not just because, I mean, you laugh at yourself a lot because the whole country is learning it at the same time. Everybody's learning it. And so just go out there and have fun because you're going to make friends out there just doing whatever sport that you want to do.
Exactly. And then my last question, because I know that you want to show us what Ultimate Luggage can show us, but do you have anything that you want to tell my viewers, my listeners, anybody? It can be about you, the business, golf, whatever. It's your time to tell us whatever you would like to tell us before the demonstration.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. What I would love to say to all of Kira's fans are join me, be a fan of Ultimate Luggage, be a fan of whatever support, whatever new entrepreneur that you have. If you can go out there and help them be on social media and interact with them, fantastic. If you want to give them advice, fantastic. So I would love to hear from that. And I would love people to just check us out. Take a look at the product, take a look at our website, and see if this isn't the right product for you or for somebody that you know, and then share it. I think that's how you help entrepreneurs, whether they're your close friends, distant relatives, whoever they are. You just take a chance and share the information, and people will decide if they need the product or if they don't need the product. But if you are the traveler, trust me and reach out to me. You can access me through my website. If you send in a contact form, contact me, and I will, do my best to help you solve your problems, that whether there are for a tournament and how to get ready for putting on a tournament, because I did event planning for a long time as part of my job. Or if it's, if you're packing and you have a question about, oh my gosh, how am I going to handle this? Or if it's, hey, what's the quality of your luggage? I need to know about this. Or, hey, I've got, I'm going with a group of 10 guys or 10 ladies to this terrific golf venue. Can we have our luggage monogrammed? And then so that we can travel with it. For any of those, just reach out to me, is the only thing that I would say, and give us a try. Give us a try.
So my last question is, you can personalize the luggage, right? You said that
Yes.
you can monogram them, you can do logos.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It can be customized. And so we customize that way at cost. It's strictly at cost. I have amazing embroiderers. And so we can embroider on all three pieces, or just the garment bag, just the duffel, whatever you like. It can be done. And we're happy to do it because, I want this to be your own. I want it to be something that, you can enjoy. And for all the clubs and country clubs putting on tournaments that are wanting a branded piece that lets people know that, hey, I remember I had the best memories at this golf tournament. I really can't believe, and I can't wait to do this again. And I'm so thankful to Kira for inviting me to her member guest, or I'm so glad that I got to go. And if you want a gift that will be used over and over again and not just left in a closet, then Ultimate Luggage is for you, my friend. Ultimate Luggage is for you. So that you've given them all this great, all the great wearables over time. Now give them something great that they can carry it in, and always have their luggage with them without the stress of this is a carry-on bag. So it's without the stress of, oh my gosh, is my luggage going to make it? Because, they lost, in the second half of last year, I think alone was like 200,000 pieces of luggage got lost. And so it's nice. You don't have to pay check-in fees. Your stuff is there. You travel stress-free. Your vacation begins the minute you pack and doesn't end until you come back home and unpack. And we want to be a part of that experience for you.
I love that. And so now we have your lovely demonstration of what Alltimate Luggage is like. Is that correct?
We do. Can we pause for one quick second and I'll set up for it?
Perfect.
Well, so welcome to the Alltimate Luggage. I want to give you a quick demonstration, Kira, and for all your fans so that they'll know what to expect. This is a 3-piece travel set. It is a carry-on, and so it comes with this custom designed luggage strap. This strap was made specifically with market research in mind. We use seatbelt webbing. This is the exact same seatbelt.
Pause a little bit. The video has half of your face was cut off.
Okay. Can we start all over?
Yes.
Okay.
Ready.
All right. Okay. All right. So welcome to Alltimate Luggage. Hold on, Mark. You got to tilt it back down a little bit. There we go. Okay, we'll start all over. Hold on. We're getting situated here. Oh, further away is good. How about that? Is that okay?
Perfect. Perfect.
Now I need to move chairs out of the way.
No, we can crop it out, Rashmi. We can crop that part out.
Sorry, you get an A+ student with this job. Hey, okay. So Kira, I want to share the Alltimate Luggage with all our fans out there. We have a 3-piece carry-on travel set. That is what we offer. It's the Alltimate Luggage. And it comes with a ergonomically designed, customized shoulder pad. It is padded, non-slip, and seatbelt webbing. What we found was that in our market research, people hated when their straps frayed, and then they wouldn't use their luggage at all after that. So I figured, okay, we're not going to do that. This is the same seatbelt webbing that people use in their cars. And when's the last time you saw that fray, right? So we have that. The outer shelf right here is the garment bag. This is the one I was telling you about. How do you carry your items and not have them wrinkle? And you can see before I change this over, Sea Island right here is when we did the piece for them. We customize here or here, and you can decide whatever you want on it, right? So this is the garment bag that I'm unfolding here. The duffel will explain in just one second. So with the garment bag, and this is not the traditional garment bag that I mentioned before, there are 3 problems that we solve, and quickly. One of those is we have a lining that is diamond ripstop. That means every 1/4 inch of this lining is reinforced stitching. So if you happen to have a tear from a lapel pin or from anything, then it's going to contain to that 1/4 inch. You're not going to ruin the whole bag and lose it. And every piece is lined in this material. The second problem we solved was that we have 2 zippers instead of 1 zipper. If you only have 1 zipper in your garment bag down the middle around the edge, you're already swishing your clothes in there, in which case why have a garment bag that does that? I don't understand the purpose of that one. The third thing that we did was instead of a clip that might break, we use a Velcro style hook and loop right there for the hangers. And so you have, if you want to carry these pieces individually, you can, or you can carry them together like I just showed you. And so that's versatility you don't get with anything else that's out there. And I'm all of 5'2", which makes a golf swing even harder. But
Rashmi.
but I am better at pickleball because I am shorter at that. But there are times when you need something longer to pack, right? So part of our design and invention is an extension pocket, and that is exclusively ours. And so you get, a baker's dozen of inches, 13.5 inches of additional length for the ladies' high-low dresses, or for anybody who wants to just pack an extra raincoat or divided storage. Either way, you have an accessory pocket. You simply open your garment bag and lay your garments in here. The hangers come through and you clasp them right there. And so that's how we keep them wrinkle free, is because your clothes are not wrinkled the minute they go in. And that is a huge benefit here. Like I said, you can go ahead.
So Rashmi, how many pieces can you put in that piece? Like how many
Oh my
pieces
God.
of clothes?
It is amazing. Like when I said that you can carry this by itself, we carried 7 pieces easily. So you can carry those. What ladies tend to do is they'll double up on hangers. Gentlemen can carry mostly separately, and gentlemen's suits still have shoulder pads on, right? And
Right.
so if you were, let's say, if you're a gentleman, you can easily pack in this system for a 4 to 7 day trip. And the way it expands is a 4-day trip is when you wrap it around your duffel. A 7-day trip is when you carry this individually and your duffel separately. Because what's really nice is you can flip this together and you can put the strap on these hooks, carry this under your arm, and carry your duffel like this. And so you've got 2 pieces of luggage that will carry everything that you need for your 7-day trip. And
That's
if you're
so
a lady,
cool.
you know, for the ladies, because our clothing tends to be more slimline, and we use dry clean hangers. You don't have to go buy fancy hangers. If you have the velvet hangers, those are fantastic. But just use your dry clean hangers. You've already paid for the dry clean anyway. And so it will go straight from your closet very conveniently into your bag, and you're ready to go. So what do you think, Kira?
I love it. That is so cool. So is there a certain way that you should clean the luggage
Oh,
to like
gosh.
maintain it?
Oh, so this is part of the design with the material. We use 1,000 denier nylon, so it's really strong nylon for durability, and so it is very it's scuff resistant, scratch resistant. If you wanted to clean it, I think all you do is use mild soap and water, but it's black, so it's not going to show, you know, dirt of any kind. We do have, you know, the nice feet on the bottom here to help protect it. And we have the same on the garment bag as well. Let me show you a few more features that we have on the garment bag and the duffel.
Perfect.
All right. So the garment bag has pockets, you know, on the front and back side. Well, so does the duffel all around. There is storage in here. Inside here is all the functionality that I love of a backpack. It took me 40 years of travel and packing to realize all the problems that I had with packing and how to solve them here. And so here's a key fob right here, so you can put your keys to, you know, most of the cars now, you just have to walk up to it, right? You don't have to leave your keys in the hotel safe like my husband and I did one time. So again, all these problems solved. And, you know, you have a place in here to put your valuables, a zippered pocket, so that if you're running late to the airport or TSA or whatever, or if you happen to be left-handed and you need to take your wedding band off to, you know, store it, you can do that. You know, 2 passports will fit in here. They're phone pockets, so you can put your iPhone in there as well. And on the back side, on both sides, you have pockets right here. See, on both ends. And on the back side, you have yet an additional pocket. So let's say for the ladies, if you carry a shawl or a scarf or something, you want quick storage. What's really nice is that this piece of luggage, whether it's wrapped with the duffel, with the garment around the duffel, or just the duffel, it works with your wheel luggage. If you have a favorite wheel luggage, here's how simply it works. You open this zipper on the bottom, and the handle slides right through, just like that. And then you close the top. And you remember, Kira, I mentioned that I grew up sewing?
Yes, yes.
Well, you know what? I remember when they came out with zipper pulls that will not budge. And how many times, Kira, have you wrapped or spaghetti strapped your tote bag around your wheel luggage, only to have it kind of, you know, start falling this way or start falling that way as you started walking?
Yes, all the time. All the time.
And so this keeps that from happening. And let me show you the capacity here. So now, just in case you like to travel with your own pillow, or just to show you capacity, this tells you a little bit about the volume in here and how much you can pack in there, right?
Wow.
And you've got pockets all around inside the duffel as well. There are 3 sides with mesh pockets, so you can quickly see and grab what you want. Plus you have a zippered pocket that can be locked up, right? So that in case you have a surprise present for somebody and you don't want them to snoop around, you can always lock it up. We invested heavily into the design of the luggage so that it would be easy to use and to store. So let me show you a little bit about how we're going to store it in just a second. I'm going to introduce you to the third piece. This is a day pack right here. It is also fully lined on the inside, just like I mentioned with the diamond ripstop. And it's got a full length zippered pocket so that you can put your valuables. Well, guess what? We have leather glides on here so that it's comfortable to wear on your shoulder like this, or you can carry it like this. You know this, Kira, when you go into those larger cities, they're not providing plastic bags. And I don't know about you, but on Saturday mornings, if you want to go hiking, or if you want to go to the market, or if you want to just go grab a loaf of bread and a bottle of wine, how are you going to get it home? This is the way to do it. If you have dirty clothes in your locker and you've gone to the spa, how are you going to carry your clean clothes down and the dirty clothes back? This is how you do it. But the other thing that you can do with this, get this, is we put hard sides on our duffel so it acts like a drawer away from home. You don't have to unpack and leave things in hotel drawers. Have you ever left anything in a hotel drawer?
Surprisingly, not yet. Knock on wood. It might happen. Wait, I take that back. I did forget something at a hotel, and it was like my favorite sweater pullover. And I'm like, why did I do that? So yes, I have left one very beautiful sweater.
Oh, I know, it happens. And so part of our design was that we also, not only does it stand up as a drawer, it also folds up nicely. Whoops. And there are, my favorite activity when you go somewhere is a nice face mask, right?
Yes.
Okay, those go in the corner pocket. And then your garment bag also folds up nicely. Now this garment bag outside also has the functionality of a, you know, the backpack I told you about where you can store your keys, and you can carry this, you know, over your wheel luggage as well. It folds just like this, and it fits into here. We put that luggage strap so we know exactly where everything is. And so your ultimate luggage is not only your ultimate luggage for when you travel. You should use these pieces. Absolutely, use your duffel every day to go to the gym. Use your day pack every time you go bike riding. But when you're not, this is all the space it takes in your closet. And so with your luggage, for a lot of people, it's up in the attic or down in the basement. How about you, Kira?
It's actually in my closet right now. I just cleaned I organized my closet so all my bags are in my suitcase. So unfortunately, it's in my bedroom right now. But I was gonna say, I love that it's so compact. So if you're like short on space, it's not gonna take up a whole big room or like a big closet or.
And you know what? Whether you're a minimalist or not a minimalist, what happens is that you have a huge house or nice living space, but you have teeny tiny little closets. And your luggage takes up valuable real estate in there. And this way, not only is it accessible, but it also doesn't take up a lot of space. And so that's why I invite everybody to give us a try. You know, I think you'll love it. Try the Ultimate Luggage for your very next trip. Order today, and we'll help you out with a special discount code too.
I was going to say, Rashmi, how can people get a hold of you? What is your email address, your socials? How do they get a hold of you?
You know what? The easiest way to look us up is alltimateluggage.com. That's ALLTIMATE luggage.com. On that is a contact form, and that email will come to me. And so that's an easy way to get hold of me. When it comes to social media, we also have our links there on our website to follow us. And please sign up for our newsletter. We'd love to know a little bit more about you.
Awesome, Rashmi from Alltimate Luggage. It has been so amazing to have